Hello, everyone. We are live. I want to welcome you to the show. We'll give it a couple of minutes before we go live to see if anyone else comes in. Um, First of all, I want to welcome my new subscribers, anyone that has subscribed to the channel or a previous subscriber. Um, like I said, I'm going to start to go live sometime. So, well, not sometimes. I'm going to try to make it at least 3 times a month or more. If you have not pressed the like button, press that. Also, press the notify button or subscription to get alerts anytime I go live or post videos. I have something that is going to come out either tomorrow or it is going to come out on Saturday or Sunday. So follow me on Instagram at King of Automation if you're new to the channel. Also on LinkedIn at Dr. Patrick Dix. Reach out to me reach out to me for a connection request. And also follow me, here on YouTube, and feel free to view and share my videos with anyone. So we'll give it a couple of more minutes. As you come in, just comment in the comment section to say hi, and we'll take it from there. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and we'll roll from there. So again, I appreciate those of you that are participating and those of you that have decided to join the live. Just come on in and we'll give everybody a couple of minutes as I tell my students to get themselves squared away, and we'll take it from there. So if you can hear me, press a 1 in the chat. If you can see me, press a 1, and we'll take it from there. While we're doing that, I saw an error that I made last time presenting a article. I didn't zoom in far enough. I didn't zoom in enough for everyone to see it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. Thank you, Dave. Window. Thank you, Dave R. Going to make sure that everyone can see it. Yeah, that's what I did wrong last time. I looked at the chat and I saw that I did not go in further enough. I didn't zoom in enough for y'all. So as y'all can tell, and as you can see by the title, for those of you out there in YouTube land, I know it's a harsh and a critical thing to say, but we already personally, how do I say this? We have many useless people in society. I know that's a strong word to use, but many people are already useless. And as y'all know, with my background with automation and writing a dissertation on it and being on several channels, I'm going to go through some of the articles tonight, and also talk about from personal experience how many people are already useless. And with the technology that we have coming in, it's going to make it even worse. So we're going to have how do we say it? We're going to have millions of people that are very useless. There is no other way to say it. We're in the fourth industrial revolution. There is no other way to say that. People are just going to be useless. And what I'm trying to do with my crusade is to prevent, I'm trying to prevent many people as possible from becoming one of the useless people. And this kind of stuff is going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. You have the fully automated McDonald's. I posted that, or I talked about it on my LinkedIn page, and Erica and I talked about it. You just have people that really, they're with their limited skill set. If you're not willing to retrain, or if you're not willing to earn a different skill set, really, society doesn't really have a need for you. Let's be honest. There are people that take out the trash. There are landscape people. There are people in the medical field. I mean, there are linesmen. Those type of people are helping move society forward. So one of the big issues that we're going to encounter is people with no type of skill set. And again, feel free to comment in during the live, and I see your comments. If you want to comment or say something, disagree or agree, just let me know. But Um, one of the things is we're going to have just people useless. And think about the jobs I just named. Those are mainly blue collar jobs. Those types of jobs are really, really taking society forward. We have millions of people that are already useless. The excuse me. Oh, thank you, Tevin. The point of what I like to talk about is what are we going to do with those useless people? Many of you have useless people in your family. You personally know useless people. I know at one time I was useless. When you think about when I graduated high school, when I didn't have a skill set, when I wasn't really just helping move society forward, I was part of the useless class. But I fought to not to, I fought to not to stay I fought to not to stay part of it. You know, nobody wants to be considered useless, but there are so many opportunities right now to where you can do whatever you want to do. You can create a company, something that actually helps move society forward. And these types of things really can help people out. We're not just talking about creating some little crazy company that sells stuff so you could write it off on your LLC and try to get a tax bill. I mean, to avoid a tax bill. Is it really something that really helps people? I want people to think about that. But you're going to create something. Are you going to create some kind of health thing? Are you going to create some kind of blue collar thing? Trash pickup. I mention that all the time. If I didn't have the skill set I have, I would actually start a trash business. Go get my credentials and become a trash truck owner because people do not want to take their own trash out. You could charge people $30 a month. And let's see, I'll do the math right now. Say you get a contract for the city and they have 10,000 bins times $30 a month. That's $300,000 a month you make off of just hauling trash. Even if you're a felon or you don't even have a skill set, you can go earn your CDL and earn how to get the contract and do that. So I don't know what percentage the city would get out of that. So 300 times 12 in 1 year, that's $3.6 million. And I don't know if you would have to haul trash not yearly. I don't know if you will have to haul trash 5 days a week or 7 days a week. That is a very easy job. And I'm pretty sure you would have to pay the city a fee to the dump or whatnot, but that would be the minor things you would have to do. Just think about how removing trash. Trash is a health hazard. Trash, it can't sit around. Yes, that is true. Martin and Neil, things are getting very serious. Yes. And hauling trash and getting rid of it is really something that is needed. So you could create an industry for that. When I tell people you want to create a business, I use that as a perfect example. But think about those people that are going to be useless. Right around your city, I rode around my town. How do we find contracts for trash removal? I'm pretty sure you can go down to the city. You can talk to the Chamber of Commerce down there. Talk to the city you live in. If you have the stuff, you can bid on. They have to let people bid on the contracts. So you know what happens is they will let people bid on it, or they have somebody they slide money to under the table. So if you have a business like that, I would definitely make sure when the bidding comes up, they put it out there. All you got to do is call down to the municipality you live in or to the city and say, hey, when do y'all have when can I bid on services to provide the community? It's just like landscaping, cutting grass. Cities don't hire their own people anymore. Yeah, like Angela said, yeah, look for RFPs, y'all. There was a request for proposals for trash removal. So the cities will have those and you can find a way to do it. And also you'll submit a not request for a proposal. I think that is request for something else. I'm thinking of something else. So something else hit me. Something else I thought of. But yeah, that's a good start right there. Landscaping, cutting grass. I was going to say they used to let people get out of jail and cut the grass, but people will run away. So what they do now is they contract it out. Every city likes to contract stuff out. And with people not wanting to work, you can get in there and you can make yourself a lot of money. As long as you have the right kind of equipment, the insurance, you're doing everything legit. Please don't try to cut corners and not have the right insurance and the right truck. I could tell you, you don't want to come in there with raggedy equipment trying to say, hey, I want to get a contract to remove the trash for the city. Because if you say the trash is going to be removed in a certain part of the city every Monday, people expect, yep, trash removal business is here to stay. Yeah, that is absolutely true. They can automate a lot of things. They may have the trash trucks with the robotic arms, but they have to get trash out of a municipality, a metropolitan area. They have to get it out. They may have robots or some type of things that may sort it, but it takes people to get that trash off the streets. You're going to either have the trucks with the robotic arms or you're going to have people out there picking it up. Trash is $1 billion business. Waste management is traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So that should tell you how valuable trash removal is. That is a blue collar field. People will not care as long as that trash is gone and you put their trash can back by the road. Most people don't even want to take their trash out the house. They fuss about who's going to take the trash to the side of the road. So just think about that. That is actually something that moves society forward. So the article that you see on my screen, AI will create a useless class of humans. This is an article from 6 years ago, but it's still applicable to what we're talking about. We have useless people, and I'm gonna go through a couple of other articles. And Angela Presley posted a comment right here. So Angela said, request for proposal, federal government has contracts, and citizens fight municipalities over trash removal. Yes, it is a big business. And then once you get into it with the recycling, I mean, I'm telling y'all, if I didn't have the skill set I had, or either a tow truck business too, y'all know how many cars break down by the side of the road? Oh, perfect example right here. I don't think a lot of tow truck companies like to tow the electric cars. I don't know. I think if you have a Tesla, if anyone in the chat or whatnot knows someone that has a Tesla, I'm pretty sure I've never seen a Tesla on the back of a rollback. I don't know who comes and gets it, but there's maybe some specialized contractor that comes and picks the cars up. Do y'all know what the influx of people trying to buy electric cars, they're going to break down? I mean, it's mechanical. It's going to break down eventually. So you could create a tow truck company, say we just only tow electric cars, and you can make money. You get in a big city, that car breaks down, or you're part of like AAA or something to say, hey, we'll come give you a jolt. I mean, you have to get a special type. You have to get a special type generator, so you can you have to get a generator and a step-up transformer to make it commercial to say, hey, we can give you a jolt in 30 minutes to get you from by the road. Whether y'all know it or not, that happens a lot to people. They run out of juice driving. So those are just two brief ideas. You're free to take those ideas and run with them. You know, if people are willing to put in the effort, go for it. Hey, yeah, good evening, Ms. KP Bailey. And yes, so I don't want any of y'all to be useless. That's why I did this stream. I thought about this on the way to work this morning, and I created this. And yes, we are already on the way to this. So think about the fast food workers that are already useless. Think about the people that flip burgers. They're already useless. Think about many of those types of people. Think about the people that used to bag groceries. If you've been to any grocery store, there are more self-checkout aisles. Grocery stores are going to consist of people that stock and people that keep it clean to an extent, because now they have certain kinds of machines that can buff the floor. They're going to have people to restock, and they're going to have people, to bring the buggies in. Oh, my bad. They'll just say, hey, if you bring the buggy back in, we'll take $1 off your bill or whatnot. Some people will do it, some people won't. But think about how useless I worked at Walmart in college, and we actually had people training to be buggage getters, or whatever you call it, cart getters. You know, they'll go in, they have to get all the buggies or whatnot for when people carry their stuff. So yes, that's somebody that's already obsolete. So AI is definitely going to make more people useless. And see, we're going to search for an article, useless people. So let me zoom in again. That way y'all can see. So look at all these articles. This is one of the main articles I talk about right here with a lot of people, the rise of the useless class. So I'm showing y'all that what I'm talking about is not something I made up. This is factual. This is the rise of the useless class. And you can read through this article. I'll probably start to put the links down in there so you can look at the actual information. But yes, most people do redundant jobs. Where I live at in South Carolina, and South Carolina is a big manufacturing area. If y'all don't know, back in the early 1900s, Henry Ford, the assembly line was already there, but he perfected it. So basically, he basically said, hey, how about I have people make the same product all the time? For those of you in the chat or people listening to the video, if you've ever worked in a manufacturing facility, it's the same principle. You're doing this. Y'all can see my hand. Boom, 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 boom. This is all you're doing all day, all day, all day, all day, all day. And it becomes repetition. So you'll get your break. You'll get your 30-minute lunch. That should already tell you something is wrong already. You're going to work in a manufacturing facility, and you know you have to have good shoes or you're going to ruin your knees or your back. And you do all of that work for 40 hours a week for $10 an hour. That's how what it was a couple of years ago, for $400 a week. And you get 30 minutes to eat lunch. And they had mandatory overtime. They made you come into work. Say you work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or 9 to 7 to 3. Say like this Saturday, you had to come into work. So you wanted to watch the football game. You had no choice. You have to come into work. That's how it goes. That is part of the useless people. I just want people to sit and think about how useless somebody is. Once they get off of the line, once somebody loses that job, they maybe have topped out, as they say, at $15 an hour. They're not going to start back at $15 an hour at another facility. That's a useless task. You're doing the same thing all the time. And most people do that because it's easy. They don't have to do a lot of thinking, and they get paid pretty good money at some places. They don't have to have an education. It's a minimum skill set. That's why those places hire through temp agencies. I got one of my first jobs out of college through a temp agency, and whether y'all know it or not, this is how I learned how the game is rigged about 13 years ago. I got this little internship for this company, and we really got paid $14 an hour. It really was 12. Every hour we worked, the temp agency got $2 out of our paycheck. So every day the temp agency made 2 times 4. No, 2 times 8. They made $16 a day off of me. And if they hire 500 people, let's do the math right here. So they got 500 people to come through there. If it's 500 people and they're getting $16 an hour, they're getting $8,000 just off of, hold on, let me make sure I did that right, y'all. So if 500 people working and they get $2 an hour from each person, 2 times 8 is 16. Yep. So that's $8,000 right there, just off of 500 people. All they're doing is putting their name down and referring you. So that's how it works. And that's how I found out for what I was doing. I was useless. You know, I got fired from that job, but you know, I learned how the game went already at the temp agency. So, yep. And weekly pay. Good. That is a good thing. Yeah. Sam the Great. I'm gonna put Sam's comment. I'm 63 years old, Dr. Dix. My real estate properties have given me early retirement 10 years ago. I feel bad for people who is going to feel. Yes, Sam the Great. That is a great comment. And one of the things, Sam is 61 years old. I want y'all to think about this. There are people Sam age that did not plan like Sam did that are still working. I told y'all when I went down to Florida for the New Year's, most of my servers were elderly people. Not elderly people, not Florida. It was Tampa when I went back in December to take care of something. Most of my servers were elderly people, definitely 50 to 60 years old. So these are the people that did not do like Sam did and invested in stuff. Because I could tell you, being a baby boomer, you don't want to be out here working. This stuff is going to be devastating for everybody. I hope people are really seeing what is really going on, and I hope they're doing their best to prepare. This stuff is going to be very, very, very serious. So thank you for the comment, Sam. So I'm going to just stroll through the article. Right here, there are some safe jobs. The likelihood that algorithms will displace archaeologists is only by 0.7%. Y'all know that's why, because it's minute work. It's like being a barber. It's like being a hairstylist. You actually have to go dig. You can use a tool to help you dig information, but dig for like artifacts or whatnot. But that's a good analogy right there. So here we go, right here. That 47% of jobs, here we go, right here, the future of employment within the next 20 years in September 2013. So they're talking about, this was 13 years ago. No, my bad, y'all. Sorry, 10 years ago. So it is 2023. So they're saying by 2033, 47% of US jobs are at high risk. There's a 99% probability that by 2033, human telemarketers, assurance and writers will lose their job to algorithms. And here are just some of the jobs right here. Y'all have heard me mention these before. Yes, even construction laborers. There are some things now that construction laborers do that can automate. There is really, really nothing really safe right now, besides certain blue collar things and certain white collar stuff. I mean, right now it is safe, but we have to think down the road. And like what I like to do is show people the actual data. This is very real. This is a very poignant statement. I don't have kids yet. For those of y'all out there that have kids, nieces, I have nieces and a nephew, and I have family members that have kids. Most of the time, most of what kids learn at school will probably be irrelevant by the time they're 40. I wouldn't even say 40. I would say by the time you're 20 or 25. The education system, I've been an adjunct professor since 2014. I can tell y'all from firsthand experience, the education system has failed everybody. It has failed all of us, regardless of socioeconomic status, regardless of race, regardless of gender. The education system has failed us all. One of the things while we're creating useless people is we're sending kids to school for degrees they can't do nothing with. What kids realize is what kids are thinking and what parents think is, sorry, y'all. And what parents think is their kid was successful in high school, they'll be successful in life. I put out a video or a snippet or something, that I'm going to release the full thing. If you go on my Instagram page, you'll see the reel to it. Nobody cared about me graduating at the bottom of my high school class in 2002. All people care about is what matters now. So parents have to do a better job of setting their kids up for success. A lot of these kids get out here in the real world and they get punched in the face and they quit. This is very real out here. Nothing prepares you for life. And I'm not exaggerating that. You know, for the people in the chat, I know y'all could comment. Nothing prepares you for the game of life. No kind of schooling, no kind of backup, no kind of plan A through F. Life is tough. There are some days now where it gets tough, even for me, and I'm over prepared. I'm trying to always think about, do I have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan Z? So just think about, again, if you're going to be one of the useless people, what are you really going to do? This is the problem that we're going to run into again and again. We're going to have people, the article is saying about 40, but this article was written in 2017. That's 6 years ago. I'm now going to probably say, with my own estimate, probably 20 by the time you're 25 to 30. What you learn is irrelevant. I think about a lot of the stuff I learned in high school. It's doing nothing for my life right now. I think about the stuff in college I learned. It's helping me a little. Most of the stuff I learned in graduate school and my doctoral program are the things that are helping me, and the experiences of how I was raised. That has been the big defining moments in my life. So to those of y'all out there that have children, please don't let school be the only kind of education that your kids get. I learned more about life from my parents than school. School only, did a little bit. I mean, you had friends or whatnot, which as you learn and you get older, school is not really that big of a thing. As you get older, I tell kids, half the kids in high school, most of them going to be bums because nobody really prepared them for the game that they're about to face. And they're sitting here thinking, oh, I got all these grades. I say, you were a good test taker in high school. There's no test taking in life. Sometimes you don't get a reset button in this game. You're out. It's over. So, and that was just a little bit of that article. But if you want to check that article out, this is it right here. I reference this article a lot when I talk to people. Please, people, listeners, whoever you are out there, always remember, you do not want to be part of the useless class. America is going to eventually have, when we talk about useless class, let's talk about poverty in America. I don't know if y'all look at like the PBS stuff or whatnot, but here we go right here. Let's look. Oh, this here will be very good. If y'all could see this, I'm gonna zoom in. The official poverty rate in 2021 was 11.6%, with 37.9 million people in poverty. Neither the rate nor the number of poverty was significantly different from 2020. So this is from the U.S. Census Bureau. So we're going to check out this article because being part of the useless class leads to poverty. National Poverty Month in America, January. And one of the things I'll tell y'all, if you do any kind of research or you look at articles, the United States Census Bureau is what we consider a reputable source. This isn't Wikipedia. To those y'all out there that's in school or have kids in school or going back, Wikipedia is a terrible resource. If I tell students, if you use Wikipedia, you get a 0 on the paper. The reason Wikipedia is a terrible resource is because anyone could edit it. All it does is track the IP address. So I could put anything falsely in there. So always make sure, even when I talk to y'all about stuff, I go to reputable sources. And these articles I don't have pre-planned. I'm pulling them up as we go. So that way, the authenticity of what I'm talking about is here. You can't say, well, Dr. Dix is pulling up stuff and already has it before us. No, I'm looking up this stuff and learning about it just like you are and then explaining it to you, seeing how, letting you know how automation reflects all of this stuff and how the rise of useless people will get even worse. So right here, it talked about this. It didn't increase. Key stats. Let's see. So the number of poverty rate using the officially poverty measure. This is from 1959 to 2021. I want y'all to think of, look at that. Look at this. The poverty, there's actually saying it's dropping right now. So this is crop number and poverty. Oh, my bad. This is the percent. Oh, this is not equal. That's not the right thing I was looking at. So right here, it dropped. And as y'all can see, the number of people in poverty is getting higher. It went up, then it dropped. So we can remember with the COVID pandemic and everything, you know, people got stimulus money or whatnot. But I was just looking at I don't know if y'all noticed, but the U.S. reached its debt ceiling today. So basically, the United States is about to default on their own money. You know, if you look at a dollar bill, it'll say, "In God we trust." You know, they'll have all the stuff on the back of the dollar bills or whatnot and have all the other writings on it. But how are we going to say all that when we're about to default on our own stuff? You know, I saw that earlier today. They're going to either have to raise the debt ceiling, which creates more debt, or B, they're going to have to cut programs. And if we default on our debt, I mean, I think like the dollar bill will have this tender is good for all debt. I don't have a dollar bill in front of me, but I remember having all of that about "In God we trust." And this is good for all debts. So that dollar bill is really become more worthless because we owe more debt than we have money for. So let's take a look at a stat. Let's see if this will come up. I don't like the way that one looks. Let's look at another one. Oh, okay, here we go. Right here. This is a good one. So when we talk about having more useless people in society, right here, it pretty much stayed the same. So we're talking about all people. It was a 1/10 of a point. It went higher. So, but let's see. Oh, look at this right here. People 65 and older. Are y'all noticing? The people from 2020, 65 and older, like your grandparents or your parents, 8.9 to 10.3. That's something. More elderly people went into poverty. That's a 1.4% increase. 18 to 64, it stayed the same. Actually, under 18, it went down. So I want people to look at that and look at the primary families. This stayed. It was not too much of a change. In female households, It actually went down a little bit. And male household families, poverty actually went up a little. Unrelated individuals. So you have your different races right here. Like I said, poverty does not care about race. It does not care about social economic status. So everybody will feel this. So just look at the American Indian and Alaska the Native. They actually went up. Poverty rate went up. Black and white, the races, it actually went down a little. Two or more races, it went up a little. So right here, high school diploma. Oh, this is a great example. Erica and I were talking about this on the channel. I've argued with this with people. I want y'all to think about this. Look at all the people. When people say education isn't important, I want y'all to look at that stat right there. No high school diploma. They actually are poorer. I want y'all to look at the people with a high school diploma and didn't go to college. It stayed about the same. People with some college, actually, it went up a little. Bachelor's degree or higher. I want y'all to look at that. It didn't change that much at all. So when people say education is not important, you have data right here. I don't know why in 2023 you would not have a GED or a high school diploma. I really don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, any place you can get it offline and go to school, and you can go online and get your GED, high school diploma. What a lot of people will say, I don't want to have a GED. I say, man, after you get your bachelor's degree, nobody care about you having no GED. People are more amazed at the story. So somebody, just say, for instance, you knew somebody that had a GED and they went to become a neurosurgeon. Do you know people will be more impressed with the story than you actually having a GED? People love comeback stories. People love to hear stories of people persevering. So if you're one of those people, embrace your story and run with it. People love to hear people losing and then winning. If you were a loser the first part of your life and you found out how to change everything and become a winner, people love to hear that. You could be a great motivational speaker if you came from these drastic backgrounds saying, I dropped out of high school, this happened and whatnot. So yes. So this is just a little bit of data. I'm not going to go through everything, but the biggest points I just wanted to hit on. Let's just look at this last one. So we're looking at poverty per race. So right here, white, not Hispanic. Let's see, race using the official poverty measure. So wow. So let's see, distribution of total population and poverty by race. Trying to see following this year. Trying to see what this is telling us. So this is talking about total population and poverty population. So it's looking at every race. So right here, my community, the Black community, we're 13%, but we have 22% of people in poverty. The white, not Hispanic, they're 59%, and then they have almost 42% of people in poverty. Hispanic, 19%, 28. They're higher than African American. Then you have your Asian, two or more races, and American Indian and Alaska Native. So the thing that I like to show people is the numbers don't lie. This is what's here. This is what I'm reading. This is not what I created. I am reading, and to zoom in to show y'all this is what's here. So you have your ratio of poverty population for total right here. So out of all the categories right here, the American Indian and Alaska Native are leading the ratio of the poverty population to total population. So one of the things too about technology is going to impact every one of these races. I could guarantee you the next census is in 2030 and we'll know the results in 2031 or 32. I can guarantee you a lot of these numbers are going to change for everybody. That's 8-9 years from now. And I looked at the population of the United States. It is 331 million people right now. So I'm pretty sure the population is going to continue to grow and these numbers will look way different. So let me zoom out a little bit. But yes. So all of that correlates with the useless class, useless education. So somebody would love to come and say school useless. I could tell y'all school is not useless. It depends on what you go to school for. So that's the first argument with that. We'll have all kinds of people. Let's see. Useless education. Let's do useless degrees. Let's see. Let's pick out a good one. We're just going to a random site. So for those of y'all that may have majored or y'all have kids or nieces or nephews that want to major in something, 10 useless degrees. Advertisement. Y'all know the robots and technology can do a lot of advertisement and marketing right now. Let me move this stuff off. Oh, sorry, y'all. It can do a lot of this stuff for you. Anthropology and archaeology. Fashion design. They have what they call the chat GPT thing now that's writing papers. I'm pretty sure they're going to use that same technology, and they're going to use things like Watson artificial intelligence to get rid of people and potentially make a lot of this stuff obsolete. I mean, there's already the AI that can do a painting, so I'm pretty sure it can apply to fashion design. Tourism and hospitality. These are further videos I'm going to go into and talk about how AI is going to impact these fields. I don't know why you would go to school for tourism and hospitality, any period. Communications, we already knew that was useless. Education, so could be, could not. I'm on the fence about that one. Criminal justice, I don't know about that. I mean, a lot of people do criminal justice to get into law enforcement, and they get their start and in the legal profession. So I'm on the fence about that one. Creative writing, definitely. Theater arts, definitely. Now, I don't agree with this. This is my major. I don't know how computer science is obsolete. Not obsolete. I don't know how computer science would be considered a useless degree when it is one of the things that most people major in: computer science, computer engineering, IT. So sounds like somebody's hating when they wrote this article. That's what it sounds like to me. So everything that I went over correlates with things being useless. Useless people, useless. I'm gonna go to professions next. I went to useless education. Everything I talked tonight about was useless. Poverty relates back to being useless. So think about all the people y'all know that are going to be poor. Poverty is going to hit them. They're going to be useless. And one of the things is useless affects mental health. Useless mental health. Useless effect on mental. Yes. Actually wrote about this in my, let's see if it'll, yeah. So y'all know with the pandemic, a lot of people feel useless already. Feeling useless, the effect of unemployment on mental health in the Great Recession. So there are already people that lost their job in the pandemic. They're never going back to work. There are a lot of people that don't really have anything to live for. Whether y'all know it or not, there are people that are killing themselves. If y'all know somebody, tell them to get help. Reach out to them. I think it's 611 or 811, the suicide helpline. I don't know if y'all know this, but a lot of people are committing suicide. Life is very tough right now. And think about this. They feel useless. They can't get a job. Just think about this. You can't get a job. You can't go to work. You lost your job and you don't have a skill set. So that's why a lot of people are like, life is just too tough. I'll just kill myself, which is not the way to do. The saying about suicide is a temporary suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So if y'all know anybody experiencing any kind of suicide or mental health stuff or these kinds of thoughts, talk to them and have them call a professional to help them out so that they don't go off on the deep end. I can tell y'all, most people just want somebody to listen to them. That's all. They don't want somebody to judge them. They just want somebody to listen to them they can vent to because they're tired of being judged. You'll be surprised what people are going through. They just want somebody to talk to. That's mostly all it is. Somebody to just let them know they're not alone. That's all. So, feeling useless, the effect of unemployment on mental health. I'm not going to read the abstract. You can read that. Look at all this. Look at these articles. Think about all of the people employed didn't feel like this. Well, most of the people that were unemployed, look at have you been thinking of yourself as worthless? All of the people that don't have jobs already in the Great Recession. The red represents, let me zoom in. The red represents the people that are unemployed. The people that are employed, it's not, they have some feelings, but it's not as bad. Will you please advise? Yeah, I'll cover that towards the end. That's part of the thing too, to tell you what to major in or what fields. And I'll answer the other question too. I'll answer like the comment chat questions before I go. So most of the people unemployed are feeling a certain kind of way, and most of the people employed are still feeling a certain kind of way. But just look at the data. So just imagine no job, your skill set is limited, you can't move anywhere. The price of rent is already high. That's another thing too. You know, there are so many things that feed off of this. They're just there's so many, like I said, there are so many things that feed off into this. Rent is high, car payments, everything. So they explored the unemployment and health has been extensively explored. Alternative identification strategy and data sets. That's just what they did to get it, y'all, from a research point of view. So basically, having a job, basically the consensus of the article is having a job and being able to be in something you like impacts your mental and physical health. I can tell you I've been in jobs to where I did not like it, and I noticed how it impacted me to where I wanted to get home and get off of the job every day. That's why you have a lot of people that they get off from work and they go and drink, or they're depressed. They don't want to go home. So mental health and physical health correlates with a lot of this kind of stuff. So I don't want people to feel useless. Yeah, here we go right here. Unnecessary. Yeah. Oh, there's another thing called the other thing too. I'm glad I saw this article. Meaningful work. There are not a lot of people that have meaningful work. I've been in that position. I don't know if y'all been in it, but meaningful work is very important. So right here, they might not let me see the article. There are a lot of tasks on a job. Let me zoom in and I'll elaborate more. There are a lot of tasks on a job to where it's unnecessary work. At your current job, you know there are jobs just to have people employed. I want y'all to just think about the people y'all know that work a job that's not even fulfilling. You ever went to your job and just said, what am I doing here? What is the point of me coming to work every day? What is the point of it? And this all relates back to mental health. So being useless, as I stated earlier, goes back to mental health. It relates to your physical health. It relates to you providing. I don't want people to be useless. Yes, we're in the technological revolution and everything, but there's still time to prepare. So Tevin Invest, I'm going to put it on the screen. What about cybersecurity? They have machine learning that can do cybersecurity. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do ML and cybersecurity. Yeah. So if y'all don't know what ML is, it is machine learning. Basically, machine learning is learning how a threat happens, and it is computerizing it, and is using data points, and it is figuring out how to do it. So we have zeros and ones right here for y'all that don't know a lot about computing. Yeah, Nicole, coding they have AI that could do that too, but I'm gonna go into that too. This is binary. For y'all out there that that are familiar with computers and not be familiar with computers, one of the first things you learn about in your degree program, I know computer science, was binary. Computers only read zeros and ones. So if you see this anywhere else, this is binary, 0 or 1. So the thing about the cybersecurity, I tell people, they're not going to continue to pay people $160,000 to do cybersecurity. This is why companies are investing in machine learning. You have to think about threats happen all times of the night. If 5 people leave at night, like they leave 9 o'clock at night and they don't come back to 6 in the morning, the threat could have happened then. even if they're saying they're going to let it collaborate and work with them, what people have to realize is somebody at the top is going to say that software does a better job than the people. How about we fire the other two people and then fully invest in letting machine learning help us? And instead of having 10 cybersecurity engineers, we'll have 4. So the other 6 people either got to find another job or learn what it does so that they won't become not obsolete. They won't have a job. Hold on, let me say that again. These 6 people that will not have a job, either A, find another job, or try to find out what else they could do at the company. And see, when it comes to a cost efficiency analysis or cost benefit analysis, the company is going to say, we were paying each one of those engineers 150,000 times 4. Let's just say they was paying 4 of them $150,000. That's $600,000. They're saving a lot of money, and they're going to invest in the technology. I could tell y'all, there's no other way to say it. I've talked to people and they went into cybersecurity and they said it's overpopulated. It's actually an overpopulated field. So now the people that actually are in it, some of the people have to find other jobs. You have to have a skill set. I don't recommend you major in cybersecurity. You do computer science, IT, or something else, and you get certificates. Search what we call it in it. Remember, if my degree says cybersecurity, I can't go do anything else, because now it's like when people look at the job, they're going to say your degree is in cybersecurity. That's all it's in. Instead of it being like in IT or computer science saying, okay, you have 3 certs. If this doesn't work out, I can go back to my previous. Basically, you want to have a diverse skill set. That's exactly what you want to have in any field. So this is why I brought up the machine learning, and they're also using artificial intelligence. Right here, Tevin, you can see a benefit of machine learning is the capacity to automate repetitive and time-consuming tasks. We could just click on the article and go in it. Okay, let's. Where was the thing? Okay, machine learning algorithms are used in applications to detect and respond to attacks. Let me go back to this. Yeah, I can't find it. A great benefit is capacity. Anything, as I told y'all, anything that is repetitive can be automated. So be careful when you go into these fields. Make sure that you have a diverse skill set, because you may have the job a year from now. You may have the job now. A year from now, they're like, oh, well, we're going to let technology try to help us out. They're still going to need subject matter experts, but they're not going to need as many people. So that's my 2 cents on cybersecurity. Thank you for that. Okay, will you please advise going career paths? Reaching higher. I mentioned going into blue collar jobs. HVAC, they can't automate that. I mentioned being an electrician. You could do plumbing. If you live anywhere near Atlanta, I'll never forget this. I saw on the news around December. Any city in America where the freeze came on the East Coast, none of that stuff could have been automated. People manually had to put up sheetrock. They could have had a machine to help them do it, but I doubt it. There is something that helps them lay sheetrock, but to put pipes back together is manual, is blue collar. To cut the water off is manual. To replace the pipes, to do the electricity, yes, they had to. All of that is people in the union that can make a lot of money. And power is the same all the way over the power is the same in South Carolina or Georgia as it is in somewhere else. NEC code, NLPA 120, commercial 208. Yes. So I recommend and majoring in blue collar fields. Welding has robots to help out, but there's still an element of welding to where TIG welding, I think that's what it's called, that you have to manually still do things. Everything like in the blue collar field it's some of the I can't get my words out tonight. Some of the things in the blue collar field could be automated, but I would tell anyone majority of the stuff in the blue collar field is pretty safe from being automated. I mean, they have the driverless trucks, they haven't perfected it yet, but there are many blue collar occupations you can get into. You can go to a 2-year school, you can get your certs, and you can have a wonderful life, whatever you want to do. If I didn't have the white collar education, I would do it. I mean, I worked on a farm. I know how to work with my hands and work on cars. So it really benefited me. But one of the things is I learned a lot more doing the blue collar stuff than the white collar. And a lot of the blue collar skill sets I learned about putting stuff together applied to the white collar job. So the blue collar sector is pretty much safe from being automated. Pretty much, I'll say about 90% of it. In the white collar side, you're either going to have to be technical, analytical, or be both. So, as a matter of fact, we're going to say white collar jobs not safe from automation. So, CNBC. So, Nicole, this will answer your question. Let's see if it. So, chemical engineers, political, nuclear technicians, physicists, occupational therapists, gas plant, administrative. Oh, y'all saw where I posted. They already had a lawyer. How would this affect court mandated services? Yeah, they already had a AI lawyer try a case. So y'all could read more into that. So these are some of the white that will have the highest, some of the highest exposure. This is from 2019, chemical engineers. When they said exposure, it could be like a collaboration. I don't think a lot of these things are going to be I don't think a lot of these things are going to be fully replaced by AI. It's impossible. Physicists, they can use some of the ailments and some of the technology to help them out. Occupational therapists, no. That's somebody helping somebody do therapy. They can have the robot help somebody. Gas plant operators, no, they're still. So some of these, like I said, are going to have some kind of AI in it, but not a lot of it. And it's not enough to eliminate the job. So let's see. This is from Forbes right here. Hopefully it'll let me see the article. White collar jobs might face more uncertainty. Let's see. Yeah, recession fears. Because y'all know Microsoft has laid off 10,000 people. Yesterday, or it's coming. Hope all this stuff telling y'all. I'm not on my thing the way I can get rid of all these articles. So, come on, move out of the way. Nah, sorry, y'all clicked on the wrong article. Let me go to another one to show y'all actual proof. Yep, here we go right here. I like them to list it because I like to show y'all. Yeah, this is from 2019. Let's see, IBM. Yeah. So if y'all got friends and people like myself in the white collar field, I have these talks with white collar people and say, your job's not safe. I said, you better have some kind of you need to have some kind of contingency plan. Yes, I agree. Yeah, they will be helped. Yeah, I'll go and check out the comments. I'm just trying to find a recent article, but the overall perspective is certain white collar jobs are going away. The days of getting an easy degree, as I said, are over. Come on. Let's pick up this. When you need to look for this stuff, I bet off. Yeah. Okay, here we go. These are some of the things I've talked to people about. Bankers, Erica talked about bankers being obsolete. Financial analysts, there's software that could do all of this already. And we know administrative and executive secretaries. And Microsoft Outlook, you can Microsoft Outlook, you can do your own schedule and plan it out. Make sure y'all can see that. Administrative and executive secretaries, insurance underwriters. This is already happening. They still have people to come out with the drones and survey areas and stuff, but they don't really need that many people. Dispatchers. I can see this is happening. I got to look more into the dispatcher because that's already a stressful job, having to dispatch people out. So what can happen? Somebody calls into the say like tonight. Do you think analytical skills involving determining data points will be sustainable? It depends, Angela. That's something I'll have to research before I give my full information on. Dispatchers, yes, I can see. Say something happened tonight, because what y'all don't realize is if something happens at your house, they don't get the call till in the morning. The software, you could call into it. They could send a text to somebody saying, "I need you to go to Patrick's house to check out his HVAC." Because if you make a call tonight, they don't know till in the morning. Yep. Postal employees. I don't use the U.S. mail for anything. To me right now, the U.S. mail is only good for bills. If I really need to send something that I need to get to someone, I use FedEx or UPS, whichever one is closer. Clerks are definitely going away, as it wrote. I don't even see why we still have the postal service, to be honest. A couple of years ago, I remember FedEx was trying to get the government to go into a contract with them to say, "Hey, let us handle delivering the mail." Financial and stock traders, they're going to fight that as long as they can, but it's kind of already automated if you think about it. There's nobody down there, if you look in the old days with chalk drawing up saying, well, it went down this many points, like the Dow Jones and everything. Travel agents, I've never used a travel agent. To me, it's worthless. Maybe y'all can change my mind, but if I'm gonna plan a trip, I think I could get the best discount. When you do the math and they add back in all the taxes, you won't really save any money anyway. And manufacturing, construction, and general labor. Assembly line workers, yep, and packagers. If you look at the YouTube video I have coming out, you'll see a robot that is actually grabbing packages, and it is actually moving, scanning, and doing everything. Machine librarians, we don't even have those anywhere. Bank tellers, I don't even like to go to the bank for anything, to be honest. I take a picture of the check with my phone. So think about back in the day. Y'all remember all the bougie people that said, "Oh, I'm a loan officer at a bank only making $40,000, $50,000. You don't need those people anymore. If I want a 911 Porsche and I want it by the end of the month, if I pay the money, the Porsche dealership will bring the car to my house. Car salesmen are going to become obsolete. I don't know if y'all saw the articles about Carvana. They can't really Carvana can't really sell cars right now. And I went to the Honda dealership to get my Honda service. And I straight up told the guy, I say, "Do you realize the average person is broke right now?" Their car lot was full of cars. I know y'all remember when the pandemic first started, the car lots were empty because people were buying cars. All the money from the Trump administration and the Biden administration is gone. So the only money in the economy is the money from people that are actually working and producing money and actually stimulating the economy. People now waiting on tax returns, but this is nothing different we've dealt with every year. So there are a lot of people that's another useless thing. Restaurant workers. When the pandemic first started, somebody sent me a video of a restaurant worker, not a worker, but a waitress, a robot waitress. I would cook the food and you could put the food on it and it would take it to the table. Like the social distancing aspect of that. Yeah. Robots. I keep telling people nobody's going to pay you $15 an hour to drop fries and flip burgers. You're going to become obsolete. That's a done deal. For the people out there think about it. So if you make $15 an hour, what about all of those people that went to college and those young kids that went to college and those people that went into a trade? So you're telling me you need to make more money than an apprentice. That's what they call you. Let's say anybody could be an apprentice, but particularly like doing blue collar work. If you're an apprentice and you're a journeyman, that means you go from site to site to site. You need to make more money than them because you flip burgers and fries. Yeah, okay. Sports referees. If y'all don't believe this, I'll pull it up right now. The MLB using it, the MLB automated umpire. I don't know if y'all know this. So I'm gonna go back to that. I just wanted to show y'all that. As y'all know, the big question, if you ever watched baseball, was is it a strike or is it a ball? So automated ball strike system. This is the fog league, the minor league. Yep, and the major league. You know, once the major league, once the MLB experiments with this, it's kind of over because they're gonna implement it and say we have a system that can help us make a better call. So yeah, here it is right here. Okay. I don't want to see the article about no Deion Sanders. Did I get rid of it? Hold up. Yep, here we go right here. Rob Manfred confirms automated strike zone is coming to the MLB. And he talked, this was October last year. So for y'all baseball enthusiasts, can't give words out, baseball enthusiasts or people that watch baseball, yeah. Yep. Automatic strike zone. They just don't know when. Y'all know what they're doing. They're waiting to perfect it. The commission. So this is the commissioner that said this. So it's going to impact sports. They already use automation in the NFL. If you ever watch the football game, they have the AWS, the analytics, the data analytics. So they already have predictability software. That goes to the question that Angela asked about the data points. Yeah, you have to have somebody that knows how to do it, but not like you used to. Data points, if you're the subject matter expert, you're valuable, but we really would have to think about how much valuable would somebody be. So that's something I'll have to go into, but yeah. Oh, how you doing? Big discussion 76 science and technology. Yeah, I'm gonna go through the comments, y'all, before I go shortly. But it's already impacting everything. Sports referees. This is what this article is saying. The same thing I'm saying. Although the future is bleak, workers can open the doors to new opportunities by learning technology that replace them. The repairing the machines is going to be vital. But what a lot of people don't realize is if you haven't been to high school in a couple of years, do you know what an integrated circuit is? Do you know what I was just talking about with zeros and ones? Do you know how to do that actual kind of stuff? Do you know how to solder a circuit board? And people are like, they can fix the machines. I said, I want you to remember, they're not going to pay you $90,000 a year to fix a robot. You might get $15 to $20 an hour because they're going to try to make them so inexpensive, just like they did flat screen TVs. They were expensive when they came out, but once enough of them came out, that was it. People don't fix TVs no more. They're so inexpensive, you throw them out. So, in addition, many jobs are not going away, such as plumbers, teachers, and software engineers, but jumping into your next profession. But before jumping into your next profession, check out the labor market and ensure this paragraph sums up everything that I have been telling people for the longest. This is real. So every facet of our life in the future is going to evolve around a robot, either a robot or artificial intelligence, one of the two, or machine learning. There's no other way to say it. So I'm gonna go through the comments quick light before I go. How would this affect court mandated services? I don't know. That's something we might have to seek legal advice for on that one. I'm not a lawyer on that aspect. I'm pretty sure it will have some effect. They're going to have laws for those things. I have a IT help desk job, and I was thinking of cybersecurity. That's why I asked Dr. Dix. Thanks for you. You're more than welcome. I think those jobs right now, let me see. I think this job. Yeah, that is true. These jobs can be helped with AI and could do more iterations with machine learning. Yeah, so they'll help them innovate. I just answered the question from Angela. Sean Cox, you need to talk to kids in high school about where the job market is going so they can make better career decisions. Well, Sean, that will come down to with the parents, because you'll have parents that'll say, you don't need to be telling my kid everything and stuff. So it all depends. I'm open to it. You know, parents and, you know, somebody wants me to talk to their kid and be very upfront with them and saying, either you're going to work with your hands or work with your mind, one of the two. That's the only two things you're going to be able to do in the next couple of years. sure. Yeah, the government does need that stream. Yeah, I think the Postal Service, I forgot how much money they asked for recently. It was an astronomical amount of money. Y'all know a lot of people try to get postal jobs. I think you got to take a test to get into the Postal Service. Some people try to get in there, retire from it. So it is what it is. Yeah, she said instead of data analyst, go for data science engineer. Data analysis has a lot of automation. That's a true statement. CNB made a video about fast food, apparently. Yep. Most of robots. I heard of that company. Yep. That's why a lot of people that work in fast food, fast food used to just be for teenagers. It was not for grown people my age to be 38 years old trying to work at fast food. If you working at a fast food place at 38 and you're not like the franchise owner or like the district manager or something, your life has really went off the rails. Yeah, even Salesforce does most declarated programming. Yep. Salesforce laid a lot of people off. And true. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is right. I will be speaking to a group of students in Atlanta in February. We're going to get that date together. And I think that is all the comments. So, I went on for an hour tonight. I appreciate y'all attending the live stream. I am going to pull up my information so y'all can see it. Stop screen. Let me remove that. So that way I'm showing you everything. All right. So this is my LinkedIn right here. I'm going to zoom in. I am very active on here. So if you want to reach out to me, Dr. Patrick Dix, to send me a LinkedIn request right now. And Instagram. This is my name. I don't know why it pulls up all this crazy stuff. So if you want to reach me on Instagram, this is my name, King of Automation, right here. And this is what I released earlier today. So feel free to follow me. My page is open, King of Automation. Then I have my website. I got to update some of the photos and stuff. So you could find me on my website. And it has YouTube videos and stuff too. I got to add the rest of them. These are some interviews that I have done. I got to add the rest of them. Then if you want to reach out, you could email me. You could see my bio. This is my LinkedIn that I was just on. And our YouTube channel that we're on now. And lastly, if you want to book a consultation with me, this is the address right here, calendly.com.drdix. If you email me or you go to my Instagram and you click the LinkedIn, the link tree, it'll take you directly to it. And I will show y'all right now. Hey, these things pops up with all these crazy pictures. So right here, if you go to my profile and click this, you can get to my website. You can still get to my information and you can click right there and you can book me. And you book it and that's it. So I appreciate everybody attending tonight. I will be releasing a video tomorrow or Saturday. So I appreciate again you attending. I want to welcome my new subscribers. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. And also feel free to reach out to me for consultations or any other information. Leave your comments down there so we can see what we can do to help everybody else. So have yourselves a good night. I appreciate everybody coming through and have a great weekend. Have a good one.